Good morning to everybody, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very honored to be here to talk to you about the China C919 program, specific for the systems that we're going to build a win-win international cooperation model. So I will follow the logic, it's not the content, actually. Why we do this, what we're going to do, how we do it. As everybody knows, during the past 30 years, China has grown both economy and technology. During the development for the past almost 30 years, that the mainstream of industry has transformed. From original, it was late 70s, early 80s, from textiles to the late white goods, and then mobile communication become almost the #1 in the world because original communication system was poor. Later on, the automobile has become a mainstream of industry again. I'm sorry I forgot the ship industry. The ship also is very big now. So the high-speed locomotive. Now, it seems most of the people are focusing for the aviation. It seems come to be the next wave. I will explain some of the background in China. From this chart, you can see that everybody talking about the comparative economic theory that in China has been for many years. We see that our advantage seems is a cheap labor. But you can see this chart will show that in the past 5 or 6 years, the young people graduate with a high degree is increasing. So this shows that the low labor cost is start to change. More and more young people come with the well education, high degree. Well, I will explain later on, especially engineering. It's become a very big population now. That's one part of the story. Another background is, if we look at the global evolution of the aviation industry in the world, we can see if we look at the market, the manufacturing, and the development. At the beginning, most of the West countries like US and EU, the market was mostly local. Manufacturing and the development concentrate in both US and the EU. That's the first, I would call it the first stage or first phase. The second one is start from sale to sell, buy, and outsourcing. During this phase, the market become global, but heavily still in US and the EU. Manufacturing and the development, mostly in US and EU. But in this phase, some of the manufacturing, especially components outsourcing, started in China, a lot started in Asia, a lot in China. Now, that's yesterday and today's picture. So what's going to be tomorrow? It will look like sell, buy, source, plus develop. So the market will become global, or shift heavily was in US and EU, now to Asia. Both manufacturing and development will become very global. So with this kind of background, China commercial aircraft program launched, C919 narrow-body. The program launched in 2008. So the first flight scheduled in 2014, or get into service 2016 after get certification. So I explained that what is the future market picture look like? Or say what is the increased opportunity for COMAC, the Chinese commercial aircraft company? From this chart, we can see that both Boeing and Airbus already steadily increased for many, many years and almost share the market. But there is still a room or space for COMAC to grow. So we can see that Boeing and Airbus occupied most of the narrow-body commercial aircraft market. But as the market is huge and the demand is still increasing, even yesterday, Boeing signed some 200+ narrow-body aircraft with Indonesia Airlines. So we can see the demand is huge, every year increasing. So there's still big room for COMAC, the Chinese commercial aircraft company, industry. There are also room left for the other aircraft company. So we can see from the right part, there's a ratio that Europe, North America, the rest of the world, Asia is almost 35%, and China is 16% of the total number. That is the estimation. So what is the benefit that we're going to get from this program? So first, I think it's going to be a transformation for Chinese commercial aviation industry like this. I don't know who drawn this, but it really reflects my talking. How to make transformation from defense focused to the commercial side. Because the military market is always limited, but the commercial market is unlimited. So that's going to be a mainstream to transform the China aviation industry. Second, through the program, we're going to enhance the Chinese overall manufacturing chain, both domestic and international. Then drive the development of new technical thinking, process, capabilities that will flow over into other industry, because aviation industry is in the high end. But we still face some challenges. As everybody knows that we have been in the aviation industry for many years, but we have done little in the commercial section. So we already built the current fundamental infrastructure and capability in the aviation industry, but we still face a lot of challenges. One of them is competitiveness, how to understand the customer demand for the commercial aviation market, which includes commercial competitiveness and a strong aftermarket support. This is what we're going to learn. The second one is for the system, how to use the complex system engineering and project management methodology rigorously for the commercial program. The third one is certification issue. So we have to adopt design, manufacturing, and the test process which will follow the certification standard. Meanwhile, we still need to build a lot of new capability for larger scale project and program management scale, system integration capability, FAA, CAAC, certification and bilateral agreement, global communication and coordination. And this part is not easy. Even we have learned that from the before JV negotiation, but we already built the common understanding and friendship. I'm very glad that some of my partners are here today. So we're going to build a new international cooperation model, which is necessarily needed. Because by the new model, we're going to build the capability, accelerate the program, we'll take the fast response to the customer need, then try to minimize the risk of the whole program. And this new model, it's between the Chinese aviation industry, the domestic company with the West company, take the 50-50 shareholder investment, build the joint venture in China, very close to aircraft manufacture. In this case, we built a link with international mainstream system supplier and with the international regulatory agencies. So this JV business model will get mutual benefits for both the partners. From this chart, we can see that the JV will face the customer needs. Then this JV will take the 50-50 shareholder relationship between the two companies, which we call it, the C919 actually gives the global opportunity for everybody to compete. Then for the 50-50 JV, we have shared opportunities. Then underneath is a Western supplier, civil part, China local supplier, and with a third party, which means this system is going to be open, not closed. We cannot do everything within JV, we'll do something. Tier 1, Tier 2, but we have to open the Tier 3 or Tier 4. So we call it the third level is independent opportunity. We try to make this system more open. Then it's Chinese resource and the talent, Western civil technology skills and experience combined together to create competitiveness. As I showed the second chart, that the graduates in China, which will give us more thinking for the future. The engineer graduates entering workforce today and tomorrow is going to make a dramatic change. We can see that, compare this chart with the West and China. The graduate engineer in China has grown dramatically, almost 10 times as an engineer graduate in the US. Well, the data may not absolutely correct. It just shows the trends. So the global engineer resource availability in China is huge. And the Western economy has experienced the workforce. So the two charts, the upper part is a triangle. The lower part is a diamond size. So you can see the lowest two of the corners. And it's because most of these young kids in the Western economy, they go to financial section or go to a trade section instead of engineering or technology. So we will try to combine these two into a new big triangle. Makes this become a well-balanced global engineering workforce. So this recombination will create a lot of advantages. Somehow low cost, but high performance and competitiveness. So this new model will combine the best-in-class products, technology, and expertise in a Western company globally, combined with best-in-country resource capability and talent in China local area, will create or compete the opportunities that China civil aviation program. Up to now, for past 2 to 3 years, for C919 program, we have worked with a lot Western companies for most major systems, which does not mean that we're going to build a JV with everybody, or depends that the system, the technology, the partner who are willing to do so. So it's a free choice. But so far we have built a JV with major system and a major company. We still have a lot of joint program. So this is going to change another model. Yesterday model like this. During the engineering development, there is a lot of iteration between design, prototyping, test, integration, verification, and so on. So the iteration work goes globally yesterday, which cost a lot of money and time, and also would delay the program and increase a lot of risk. But today, for the C919 program, we're going to make this take more iteration locally. Meanwhile, we'll cooperate with the international iteration, which will create better cost and responsiveness. So this model will also bridge the cooperation gaps, because the JV will combine the Western supplies technology expertise with China local capability and talents. And this JV will closely work with COMAC, the China Commercial Aircraft Company. So the total system in the center part will have a quick response to airline to meet the need. To the upper part, will connect with international regulatory agency. Then this will help to bridge multiple players. So from the program, we actually get mutual benefits and shared opportunities. So the Western company have the direct access to the growth of Chinese aviation market. And we also built the local capability and expertise in commercial aviation system, drive growth, maturity of Chinese commercial aviation industry, and provide additional options for global airlines and airframers. So by all of this new model we designed and implemented, we will try to integrate the localization and the globalization, as I said before. So no matter how many JVs in China, to work with our partner, they already have the international supply chain. So we have to take care how to integrate the local network and this global network to reduce the cost, to be more efficient. So we take the local market requirements with somehow it's specific, but also take the local resource and capability, but take most of the advantage of international network and the supply chain. So now in China, and then later on in the future, of course, this network expanded to Asia area. That's all I can say. Thank you.